So apparently Amnesia the Dark Descent is the scariest Platinum trophy. But can Amnesia the Bunker usurp its reign? Welcome back to Project Platinum, where today we face off against the horrors of World War I in the bunker. We start the game off with a bang, literally, hurtling towards German trenches. I narrowly avoid succumbing to chlorine gas with the help of Lambert here and face off against several German soldiers. Lambert goes out on patrol the next day, only to not return, so we set out to find him. We find Lambo at the bottom of a huge hole, climb down to save him, because not all heroes wear capes. Lambert is pretty beat up, so we force him to drink this water we collect from the crater puddle and drag him out of the hole. German forces quickly spot us, and an explosion hits us with a title card. We awaken alone to the rumblings of, well, nothing, and set off to find what's going on. Instead, we find gaming's most terrifying flashlight. On one hand, this bad boy lights up our surroundings briefly. On the other, it sounds like a lawnmower in the process. Several notes also indicate a rat infestation and a need to burn bodies. So let me get this straight. In our brief time with the game, we have been gifted a gun, a torch, and knowledge of being able to burn corpses. I don't need a fortune teller to predict that we are indeed fucked. A voice from the darkness. We hear someone and find this geezer who has certainly seen better days. He hands us a gun and asks us to finish him off, but not before. So, it looks like you're busy, mate. I'm just gonna go this way. Yeah, nah, yeah. Stuff that. After sooting it in the complete other direction, we finally pop our first trophy here. Enlisted, awarded to us for making it to the central hub, administration. Here, we're introduced to our next yin-yang of terror, the generator. On one hand, the old gal will light up the entire base as long as we keep it fueled. On the other, when it runs out, we are plunged into utter darkness and the beast comes out to play. Saboteur is our next trophy to pop, as when I blow this door open with a barrel, we are soothed by that sweet, sweet ding. Apparently Havoc is my middle name, as we also pop Arsonist here when I accidentally set this fuel puddle alight. Whoops. I then find a valve in storage, and a heck of a lot of lockers that need combinations to be unlocked. It turns out that the valve can be used just outside, and so in doing so we release the bunker's lockdown, opening up all of the areas and popping gave the all clear. Jokingly, I have been placing objects over holes in the walls to prevent the beast from turning me into a medium rare simi steak. To my absolute horror, this is actually a real thing and we pop cut it off here. Apparently the beast will be alerted by our noise and come through the nearest hole. I will now be fat walking like a Dark Souls strength build moving forward. We pop got introduced shortly afterwards, whereupon I was exploring the desolate halls, I spot this out of the corner of my eye, and well, nope, no, back to the safety corner, fuck that. Popping on down to the soldiers' quarters, we find quite the scene. Bodies dot the halls and the place is crawling, literally, with these giant rats. They've clearly broken into Liver King's steroid stash and are in need of a squashing. A grenade should do the trick. Our last trophy for this area is earned upon finding the radio room and being instructed to find some dynamite and a detonation handle. This here radio relays the instructions left by several soldiers who upon shit hitting the fan, chucked a runner and left everyone else inside to fend for themselves. Retreating back to the administrator's area of the bunker, I set out for the pillbox, quickly learning that this area is a right pain in the ass, filled with rats, traps and a very hungry beastie. But he isn't the only one with an appetite. As to get around these rats here, I toss some meat to lure them away, thus popping culinary specialist in the process. Speaking of rat meat, Pitmaster is also earned here with a slightly suspicious trophy description. If the rat's death and traps weren't nasty enough, what I found next, well, it chilled me to the core. Passing into the chapel, well, we uncovered this shocking scene. Guts and gore line the walls, bodies are strewn up with barbed wire, and well, a trophy pops, revealing this to be the beast's nest. Just kill me! Interestingly, in the confession booth, we do find the key for the pillbox, so following the mark signs, we tiptoe towards it. Light, a glimpse of hope reaches down the ladder shaft. Could this be freedom? Had I reached the end already? Hastily, I make my way up into the pillbox, and this is where reality comes crashing back down to me. As I contemplate squeezing out the viewport and yeeting it across the field, a bullet whizzes past my head. The beast below isn't the only horror in this war. Certain death awaits me out there. Slightly less certain death awaits me below. And so we climb back down into the darkness. Return to the administrator area and the lockers, I open several, using the codes we have found on dog tags. In our haul of goodies, we find a wrench, which can be used to open sealed vents. For some reason, this gave me what I like to call checkpoint confidence, and I march confidently off to the prison. I am immediately eaten in the prison. Attempt 2 of the prison goes way smoother. I still shit my pants several times, but at least we haven't died. Within the prison, we actually find another survivor, a German prisoner who was left tied up and hooded when everything went tits up. And next to him in the cell is a pair of bolt cutters, because it wouldn't be a horror game without bolt cutters. Opening his cell immediately has him crying out in fear, and naturally this summons the beast. The trophy life preserver is highly missable, and so we do need to be quick. We must open his cell, race the beast there, grab the cutters, and race back to control in order to shut the cell, all before giant rat bastard can sample this gentleman's bratwurst. This proves to be a bit of an ammo dump as I sacrifice 2 of my 3 bullets to fend off the beast, but we do have success. Grabbing the bolt cutters also does grant me tool list. I immediately make this deal all the more sweeter by beelining it to the nearest booby trap and disarming it for Tinkerer. That's more like it, less dinner and more dings please. Bolt cutters in hand, I think it's time we head on over to the arsenal. We earn 1 trophy within the arsenal, we also earn 2 deaths. You win this one, beastie. The first death was to a grenade trap as I panic searched for ammo. The second, well, let's just say I was very brave and put up a solid fight. Our trophy for this area is Chemical Weapons Expert. This is unlocked here as, with only 1 bullet left, I tossed a gas grenade at the beefy rodent. To my excitement, we find the dynamite here. Now all we need is the detonator and a way out. To my horror, I also find a flooded room, and draining it reveals some totally creepy ruins. Could this be the way out? Short answer, no. Long answer, definitely not. Inside the ruins, we find a thick fog. And is that a voice? Meet Toussaint. Toussaint went mad due to the visions broadcasted in these tunnels. Toussaint carved his eyes out to forever be one with the dreams. Toussaint has a shotgun. Toussaint is a dick. After being blasted by the fella, I begin a game of cat and mouse. I feel like I've been playing cat and mouse for the past 4 hours, but hey, this version has less rodents and more ghosts. Defeating Toussaint, we take his shotgun and the trophy cannoneer. I then turn slightly to my right and grab the dynamite handle for explosives technician. Hashtag worth the terror. Crawling through the nearby hole, we encounter another horrifically chilling scene. Emerging into the bright rays of sunlight and the pit we found Lambert in at the start of the game. And remember that crater water we gave him right back at the start? Well, I think it may have kinda turned him into the beast. My bad, Lambo, my bad. That explains all of his creepy journal entries where he states he feels strong, that he carried us back to safety, and that his hands are growing larger and larger. The gene should have probably given it away, but I just assumed that the beast was a second cousin of Crash Bandicoot. My horror is immediately forgotten upon popping Toy Collector when I find the toy that Lambert had planned to bring home for his young son. Finders keepers, kid. We return to the ruins. Now, I attempt to pop the trophy Shell-Shocked for shooting one of these ghostly shadows. I instead apparently pop Improviser for shooting open a door with the shotgun. Don't worry, I'll work it out shortly. And let's detour back and grab Shell-Shocked, shall we? Rigging the dynamite and blowing our way to freedom, we race into the French trenches. I am embraced by all of my loving subscribers, is what I would have liked to have said. However, instead of blowing out, the explosives blew a hole down into the caverns below. Dropping down and clutching our toy for good luck, we stumble into a large room filled with narrow bridges. I spot Gandalf facing off against a Balrog on one and the beast stalking me on another. I toss the bunny at the beast and this appears to stun him, just long enough for a grenade. Boom. Our friend, our foe, and our trophy muse tumbles into the darkness. Crawling my way through a nearby tunnel and sunlight. Freedom. But it's not freedom. Tumbling down into a crater filled with French corpses, I hear whistles and German soldiers, and the game cuts to black. I loved my first playthrough of the bunker, ranking it very highly on my Game of the Year list so far. But having only earned 26 of the 42 trophies, it's time to reload my save and go into cleanup mode. Reloading my save, I had a total of 11 possible trophies to earn. My first stop, the locker room, where upon using all of the codes found on all of the dog tags, I unlock Flint and Steel, Code Breaker, and Easy Breather. The quest is now on to find all pocket bags, an inventory upgrade item that allows you to carry more items. These have semi-random spawns, so in my search I also collect most of the remaining notes and burn most of the corpses. With the last bag found, I pop Pack Rat, and in my celebration I annihilate this rat here for Ratter. Trickster is next and was by far the worst achievement for me. Simple in theory, a pain in execution. We need to have the beast be hurt by a trap, and for whatever reason, this doesn't really work. Grenades, nothing. Fire, nada. Gas, well, we have that trophy already, but still. Finally, my brain kicked into gear and I have an idea. If I can get him near enough to a frag grenade trap, but before he snaps the wire, in theory, I could shoot him, stun him, and then shoot the grenade. Thank God that is over. Next up, let's reunite Lambert and the doll we used to totally not murder him previously, then go collect the doll from his nest for Toy Fanatic. The last remaining few trophies all pop in relative short succession, with Cartographer being for gathering maps, Clairophorbus for opening up all of the vents and chained doors, and of course Librarian for collecting all of the notes. And our final cleanup trophy, Burn Master, pops upon cooking up our 12-Bolin soldier. With this done, we have dropped our unearned trophy count down to 5 trophies. One could be earned in about 2 minutes on a fresh save. I'll be saving this for last, and the other 3 are required for beating a speedrun of the game, beating it without saving, and beating it without dropping or storing an item. The final trophy, of course, being the sweet, sweet platinum. Honestly, there isn't much to say about the speedrun playthrough. The key items are all found in fixed locations and are thus very easy to actually reach. We only need 3 codes, those being from Delisle and Stafford's dog tags, and of course the Arsenal code from the radio. Then we just need the lockdown valve, the dynamite, and the wrench. Playing on easy, I noticed that Lambert remained largely uninterested in my existence if I simply just walked everywhere. Not taking damage from the rats or accidentally picking up any items I didn't need further made this quite easy. I would finish this playthrough with a grand time of about 27 minutes according to OBS, and you definitely could get this closer to 20. If you didn't combine these runs, you could actually do the speedrun in about 10 minutes. Simply just race to the codes, write what they are, and then reload your save. With just one trophy left, I load up a third playthrough, speedrun back to the first encounter with the beast, and quit the game. And with that, we have beaten the bunker and move on to the next Project Platinum.